وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Walidain, walid is a parent. Walidaini means the two parents. Inna Allah yuhibbul muhsinin. La nushriku bi shay'an. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, and that's fine. So the rest of the vocab is fine. Your homework is to do scale number 4 for homework. And then for Nahwu, what we've done there is I've put the answers here. I don't think I'm going to go through the answers now. So the answers are on your shared drive. You can mark it for homework, and if you have any questions, you're welcome to ask me for the answers on those questions. What we did for Nahwu also was, I want to focus on this now quickly. We asked you to convert the ma'loom scale to the majhool scale. So let's mark that, inshallah. Hopefully you did this as homework, but let's mark that. This is going to be on page number 7 of the document on the shared drive. So bismillah. So fa'ala is easy because fa'ala, if it's the ma'loom, he did. Fu'ila, he was done upon. That's easy because we did it before. So the way we convert it is we make the first letter a dhamma. To make it majhul, we make the first letter a dhamma, and then we make the ayn letter a kasra. So fa'ala, you can see the fa becomes fu, and the a becomes I, so it becomes fu'ila. Fa'ala, same change, becomes fu'ila. Why are we doing this? So you basically have a list of all the mazid fi words in the majhul form. Let me say it again. You are doing this so that you have a list of all the mazid fi in the majhul form. Because remember, you did all the ma'looms. You did fa'ala yufa'ilu. That's ma'loom. Fa'ala yufa'ilu. Af'ala yuf'ilu. Tafa'ala yatafa'alu. Tafa'ala yatafa'alu. In fa'ala yanfa'ilu. Ifta'ala yafta'ilu. If'alla yaf'alu. Istaf'ala yastaf'ilu. You did all the ma'loom ones. Now we're doing the majhul ones by we're converting it using a rule. So fa'ala, the fa becomes a fu, and fu'ila. Next one. Fa'ala, yeah, number 3. Fa'ala, you put the on the fa, and you see what happens is that the alif can't go with the You can't have a fa with the and then the alif next. So we change the alif to a waw because the waw matches the So therefore fa'ala becomes fu'ila. Fa'ala becomes fu'ila. Next one. Af'ala, again the first letter becomes a becomes uf'ila. What are we doing? We're doing the majhul forms. Next one. Tafa'ala becomes, you put the dhamma on the first one, tu, and you put the kasra on the ayn, but you also change the fa here just to make it flow better. Because to fa'ilu is harder than saying to fu'ila. So that's how we write the majhul out. Next one, tafa'ala, same thing, to fu'ila. We change the alif to a waw because the waw suits the on the fa, and the on the fa suits the ta. In fa'ala, unfu'ila, which you don't hardly ever get this. If ta'ala becomes what? Uftu'ila. So again, we're changing the ta also just to match the sound of the alif, just for make it easy to say. If alla, uf'illa. Next one, istaf'ala, ustuf'ila. So I don't want you to memorize that. I actually don't even want you to stress about it. I just did it so that for those of you who are perhaps wondering, I don't know if you ever wonder that. Do you ever wonder what's the mazid fi for the majhul of the 4th bab or the majhul of the 7th bab? If you ever wondered that, and then you basically have a table to refer to see how the mazid fi looks in majhul. So I don't just stress about it. It's just there for you to to kind of see how it looks and get the feel for it. But I'm not expecting you to memorize it. Just try to get like a feel for it. You read through it once or twice. So when you come across it in the Quran, you're going to know, okay, that's the majhul verb. Let's do the mudari quickly. Yaf'alu in the majhul form becomes yuf'alu. Yufa'ilu becomes yufa'alu. And the rule here was that a dhamma on the first letter and a fatha on the ain letter. So dhamma first letter, fatha ain letter. Yufa'ilu, yufa'alu. So they're very close in the way they look. Yuf'ilu, yuf'alu. Dhamma first, ain letter a. Yatafa'alu, yutafa'alu. Dhamma first, ain letter with the a. Yatafa'alu, yutafa'alu. Dhamma first, ain letter with the a. Yanfa'ilu, yunfa'alu. Same thing. Yafta'ilu, yufta'alu. Dhamma first, ain letter with the a. Yaf'allu, yuf'allu. Same thing. And yastaf'ilu, yustaf'alu. So it's very simple. That's going to be the rule with the majhul. Okay. Now is the actual lesson. So let me just go back to the original notes quickly from last week. Or from which week was it now? Week 2, I think. I'll put it in here again. Okay. Okay, let's take a deep breath quickly, because some of you this is going to be new. Let's take a deep breath and let's quickly start. So Bismillah. So when you have a verb, a ma'loom verb, a verb where the doer is known. For example, I say daraba zaydun. Whenever I come across a ma'loom verb, a verb where the doer is known, I have to find the doer and I have to look on the verb, at the end of the verb, or I have to look to the left, or I have to look inside. So those are the three places I come where I would find the doer. You with me? When I come across a majhul verb, so what's a majhul verb? All the ones we mentioned now are all majhul verb. When I come across a majhul verb, for example, I'll take this example on the screen here in the textbook. Nasara ar-rajulu al-walada. Nasara is a ma'loom verb, which means the doer is known. So if I have nasara, I must find who did the action, because nasara means helped. I must find who helped. You with me? If I want to find who helped, I have to look at the end. If I don't see it there, I must look to the left, and there I found a rajulu helped. If I didn't find there, it must be inside. It would have been a he helped. But here it is, the man helped the boy. If I have a majhul verb, majhul means the doer is not specified. The doer is majhul, is not known. If I have a majhul verb, and then I can't find the doer because the doer isn't known. So what happens on the majhul verb, and this is like a bit complicated, but just listen carefully inshallah, is that what we normally call the maf'ulun bihi, the one that the action was done upon, that word enters a raf'un state when you have a majhul verb. So for example, look at the first example. Nasara al-rajulu al-walada. Who was helped? The boy was helped, and the boy is maf'ulun bihi. But when I have a majhul verb, that thing that was the maf'ulun bihi now gets a raf'un state. Nusira al-waladu. And we now don't call maf'ulun bihi anymore, we call it naibul fa'il. Naibul fa'il means it is the replacement of the fa'il or the substitute of the fa'il. How do I translate that? Nusira was helped. Who was helped? The boy was helped. So naibul fa'il is actually the old maf'ulun bihi that has now been converted because I have a majhul verb. So let's go through some examples. Hopefully it will become a bit clearer through the examples. Allah says in this here, verse 78, وَفُتِحَتْ السَّمَاءُ. There's actually وَفُتِحَتْ السَّمَاءُ, but to read through, you make it وَفُتِحَتِ السَّمَاءُ. So what does fatahat mean? What does fatahat mean and what does futihat mean? Can someone answer? So I know you're still there. What does fatahat mean and what does futihat mean? So fataha means to open. What does fatahat specifically mean? So fatahat means she opened. What does futihat mean? Okay, so it doesn't mean. So we don't know who the doer is, but futihat means that a female thing was opened, right? A female person or thing was opened. You with me? Not was because it's past tense. Futihat. So the same way I used to look for the fa'il. Remember when I come across the verb, I look for the fa'il. Where do I look for it? In, left, in. That same way, if I come to futihat, I look at the end to see what was opened. And I don't see it at the end there because that T, it's a very complicated example, but the T there originally had a sukoon on it. And the ta with the sukoon is never the fa'il, it's just there to make the verb feminine. So it's not at the end of the verb. Wafutihat. If not, the end is going to be on the left. What am I looking for now? I'm not looking for the fa'il because there's no fa'il because it's majhul, it's futihat. I am looking for what you call the naibul fa'il, what we understand logically to be the old maf'ulun bihi. So I'm asking the question, what was opened? So in this sentence here, what was opened? Wafutihat is-sama. What was opened? I see a few people saying is open. It's past tense. Was opened. Tuftahu is present tense. So what was opened? The sky, as-sama, and the sky. So if I translate this here, it's going to be and the sky was opened. You with me? So then, this here, as-sama, what do we call this thing here? As-sama, now we call, can I write this thing here? This thing here is called naibul fa'il. This here is called naibul fa'il, as-sama, and it's always in raf'un. You with me? There's another example. Number 2. وَبُرِّزَتِ الْجَحِيمُ. Burrizat. Burrizat means to be when something is made manifest, made present. Burrizat. Something is like brought forth, and burizat, and made present, made manifest. Wa burrizat al jahim means the blaze. So barrazat would mean he made present. What does burrizat mean? Barrazat means he made present. So burizat is going to mean is made, was made present. Was made present. Now again, this here originally had a sukoon here. This originally had a sukoon here. Okay, this thing's making like weird shapes here. I don't know what's happening with this free sketch thing here. Doesn't seem to want to free sketch. But anyway. Okay, it makes like weird stuff. Waburrizat. So that originally had a sukoon there. So that can't be the so this, first of all, this is a majhul verb. When it's a majhul verb, I can't find the doer because there's no doer. What do I look for? I look for the naibul fa'il. What is the naibul fa'il? It was that which the action was done to. What we understand to be the maf'ul bihi generally. Where do I find? I look at the end. This was a sukunya wa burrizat. So it can't be that ta. If not on the end, it must be on the left. So here on the left here, this here is naibul fa'il. This here is the naibul fa'il. Al jahimu is the naibul fa'il. So therefore I'm saying and the blaze was made manifest. I'm just going to keep the tense as it is now. We won't discuss the tense changes now. Just keep the tense as it is. Sister Sarah, mashallah. Yes. So the rule is whenever you have a majhul verb, you have to find the naibul fa'il. Whenever you have a ma'loom verb, a normal verb, ma'loom, fa'ala, yaf'alu, fa'ala, yufa'ilu, fa'ala, yufa'ilu, you must find the fa'il. Whenever you find a majhul verb, you must find the naibul fa'il. How do you find the naibul fa'il? You look on the end, eli, on the end, left, inside. Next one. أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت. Next one. أفلا do so لا not so do not ينظرون نظر ينظر is going to be a ma'loom verb. You with me? A verb where the doer is known. So where is the naib al-fa'il? It is this una at the end. Do they not look ila to al-ibili? Sorry, my charger doesn't work properly. I don't know what's happening with it. So it goes on and off all the time. So you just find low battery happening all the time. It goes on and off. I need to sort it out. Anyway, afala yanzuruna. Afala. So do not yanzuruna. Do they not look ila to al-ibil. Ibil is the camel. Kayfa, how, khuliqat. Khuliqat. Answer me two questions. How do I translate khuliqat? And where is the naibul fa'il? Two questions. How do I translate khuliqat? And where is the naibul fa'il? Remember, it can only be end, left, or inside. I'll translate the rest along. Okay, so first of all, I just want to translate this. How it was created. How it was created, number one. Good. How it was created. Where is the na'ibul fa'il? Look at the end of khuliqat. That ta with sukoon can't be the na'ibul fa'il because ta with sukoon just makes the verb feminine. Okay. There's nothing further on the left. If it's not on the end, it's not on the left, where must it be? It must be inside. Sabira shukran. It must be inside. What must be inside there? There must be a hiya, a she inside, referring to al-ibl, because ibl is going to be female. Referring to the ibl is female. Okay, next one. وَإِلَى السَّمَاءِ كَيْفَ رُفِعَتْ. Can someone translate for me the whole number 4? And to the sky, how it was. Rafa'a means he raised. Rafa'at means she raised. Rufi'at means it, a female thing, was raised. A female thing was raised. So in other words, how do you translate Rufi'at? It, a female thing, was raised. Where is the Na'ibul Fa'il? Not at the end, not left, inside. It's a here, a she, going back to Sama. Next one. كلما رزقوا منها من ثمرة رزقا. Okay. It's a bit more difficult, but we can do it inshallah. كلما. كلما means every time. What does رزقوا mean? Translate just رزقوا منها from. Or just translate كلما رزقوا منها. How do you translate that? كلما رزقوا منها. كلما just means every time. Okay, good. So كلما means every time. رزقوا. رزقوا. رزق, he provided. رزقوا, they provided. رزقوا, they were provided. They must majhul. رزقوا, they, I don't know, we make it past tense for now because it's a past tense verb. They were provided. Every time they were provided. Minha, from it. Sorry, from it. Naam, right? From a fruit. It's a bit complicated, but anyway. Every time they were provided minha, from it, min thamratin, from a fruit, rizqan, as a provision. The rest of the sentence is a bit difficult, but I just wanted you to get get how it works. Last one we'll do. قالوا هذا الذي رزقنا من قبله. Can someone translate number 6 for me? Can someone translate number 6 for me? And I hope you're not googling the ayah. You should be translating from your own self. قالوا. Let's go through Surah inshallah. قالوا. قالوا is a ma'loom verb. So in other words, the wow there is the fa'il. They said. Who said? They said. The doer is known. قالوا. They said. هذا this. الذي is that which. الذي is that which. رزقنا. رزق means he provided. رزقنا means we provided. رزقنا means we were provided. That which we were provided. Where is the naib al-fa'il? Min qablu, from before. Where's the naib al-fa'il? The naib al-fa'il there, ruziqna, ruziqna. Look on the verb, I see a na. That na there is naib al-fa'il. At the end. Good, Eli. Okay, we'll end there. Remember two important things. First of all, this lesson can be a bit confusing. If you find it confusing, it's okay. Life goes on. And you can still be a student of Mizan. That's fine, inshallah. Number two, just to summarize. Whenever you have a majhul verb, what's a majhul verb? We explain all the majhul verbs, all the verbs. Whenever one of those majhul verb comes, you actually have a jumlatul fi'liyah. But now you don't have a fi'l fa'il, because you can't have a fa'il because majhul means there's no fa'il. That's the definition of majhul. So what you have is you have the majhul verb, the fi'l, and you have what you call na'ibul fa'il, the substitute of the fa'il. So you have a ma'loom verb, it's fi'l fa'il. If you have a majhul verb, you must look for the fi'l and the na'ibul fa'il. And the na'ibul fa'il will be in raf'un, and it will answer the question who or what was the action done to. So in other words, it will have the meaning of maf'ulun bihi, but it will be in terms of hal, it will be raf'un, and it will be called na'ibul fa'il. It is a substitute for the fa'il, which is not there and can't be there because there is a majhul verb being used. So hopefully that makes sense. Inshallah. Last thing I'll say. Often past tense verbs are used for qiyamah and used for jannah and used for jahannam. So I have translated them literally in the past tense here. But in the context of the Quran, the past tense verbs, whether it's ma'loom or majhul, are used for the future to indicate towards definiteness. So obviously if you're translating it with the Quranic context, you'll often translate a past tense verb, ma'loom or majhul, as something which is in the future. For example here, وَبُرِّزَتِ الْجَحِيمُ. And when is the fire going to be manifest? In the year after. We don't see the hellfire now. It will be made manifest to us in the year after. So وَبُرِّزَتِ الْجَحِيمُ actually means, and the blaze will be made manifest. You with me? So, but I'm saying literally it's a past tense verb, but in the context we will make it a future tense verb because of that context demands it. And the reason the past tense is used is to bring added certainty to the future tense. And I hope that makes sense, inshallah. Spend some time on it, but your homework is to finish number 1 to 15 for homework. inshallah. And if you have any questions,